Okay, so we checked all these places. Oh, we did not check out the fire station. Let's go check that out. Oh boy. You know what? Hang on a sec. I'm going to save it real quick. There we go. Alright. Talk to the fireman.
Please excuse the mess. They've done wonders with the upstairs bedroom, but this garage defies color coordination.
Oh. Fire truck with a lovely shade of pink. Something tells me things are about to get a little offensive. All the rows of pretty flowers, the firemen must have a ton of time on their hands. Yeah, they shouldn't be putting out fucking fires. Planting flowers. Alright, let's go inside. Yeah. Doggy doggy. Saliva is foaming from this barking chops. Okay, let's not pet the dog. Photorealistic mirror of a peaceful countryside. But why male models?
I don't converse on the job, Steve.
Excuse me all over the place.
Don't bother me, I'm sketching. Oh, look what you made me do! Hello, Steve. Welcome to the House of Flame, as we like to call it. Oh, cut it out, Spots, honestly. Once he gets barking, a good piece of meat is the only way to shut him up. There you go, Spot.
Wow. Why was that necessary?
So, Steve, bet you don't remember me. Heard about that short in the old wiring. I'm Fire Marshal Sparky, head of your fire department.
Okay, where did you hear about it?
Don't be silly. Everyone thinks that amnesia kick is a scream. Well, you always were a kidder, Steve. Besides, it's my job to keep abreast of developments in the community, to better serve you, the public. I'm sure you'll be thrilled when you learn of the many civic improvements we have planned for your fire department.
Such as...
Yeah, I'm sure they're gonna blow me away.
Don't tell any of the others, but I've secured a bolt of the most divine mauve material. I've hidden it because, well, if any of these Marys got a hold of it, it'd be gone in a jiffy. So I'd rather keep it hush-hush. I'm going to make new drapes for the firehouse, and if I have any left, cross your fingers, I'm going to make everyone matching mauve pillow cozies.
Those are civic improvements.
Don't be such a party pooper, Steve. We're talking about art.
Oh, man.
Besides, we haven't had a fire in Harvest since the newspaper building burned down. Though I'll admit that the Wasp Woman's place is one big accident waiting to happen. Isn't that right, Spots?
This is fantastic. Okay, wow, alright, let's talk about the dog.
Spots is a dandy watchdog, but like the rest of us, he has one awful vice.
Oh my god.
None of us can resist a nice cut of meat.
It's very avant-garde of you, Sparky. Let's talk about the newspaper fire.
A dreadful affair. You wouldn't think that a brick and steel building with a sprinkler system could go up that quickly. Oh, please. Dwayne was glad enough to see the thing go up, and so was McKnight. If you could get into that safe in his wall... Forget it. Look, Steve, as far as I know, the fire was an accident. Let's just leave it at that. Now don't you go moving.
Okay, The Wasp Woman.
Some people think all we do is sit around, sketching fetching examples of manhood for our own amusement. Nothing could be further from the truth. Why, just the other day we cited Tetsuo
Yeah, how'd that go?
fire code violations. All the dried-out paper wasp nests clustered around her wooden house. Why, it's a chemlog just waiting for the right faggot. Believe me, none of us wants to see another fiasco like the Sentinel fire.
Okay. Let's type in Art and see what fucking awesome shit he has to say.
Art enriches the community, Steve. No less than a pulsing fire hose or a fireman beating down a blazing door. So what if we're drawing a nude man? So what if all we ever draw is a nude man, or the same nude man over and over in all sorts of provocative positions? Context, not content. Process, not subject. Don't be so gauche, Steve. It's beneath you.
Oh, well, fuck me for questioning your process. Alright.
Bye-bye.
An accident just waiting to happen. Alright, there's not really... Lights are too high up to reach. Decorative Oriental fans from the Ming Dynasty. Alright. Let's leave. Well, that was very, educational. Let's go ahead and head over to, I think the school's next door. No, Edna's Diner. Here we go. Ooh, 1955 Frag 100 with a real leather seat. Even from the ground, you can hear the sonorous buzz of neon. Okay, let's go see what they got for eats. Oh, there's the sheriff.
Hi, what's your name?
Karen,
What are you doing?
playing. My mom is working, so I gotta stay out of her hair. Wanna play?
Not now, maybe later.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Holy shit, that was like a normal conversation. There's the sheriff.
Hello there, Steve. Here for lunch?
No, just here looking around, though I'm not entirely sure where here is.
Oh, I forgot. You're playing your little amnesia prank. Well, boy, this is DNA's Diner. Isn't that right, Ed?
Don't listen to Sheriff Dwayne. This is Edna's Diner. But ever since the E burned out on the sign, they've been giving me a hard time.
Now, don't be like that, Edna. It's a great place to eat, which is good, since it's the only place to eat in Harvest.
Alright, we're done talking to
Stop on
him.
by any time, Steve.
He always looks so fucking thrilled.
Oh, Steve, what are you doing, sneaking up on me like that? God, for a second I thought you were Mr. Johnson. What would you like to order? Well, you're in Edna's Diner. That ought to be your first clue.
I thought this was DNA's diner.
Very funny. If certain customers would stop pretending to have amnesia and order some food, maybe I could afford to get that sign fixed. Might even be able to buy enough extra letters to spell Fitzpatrick.
I'm not pretending.
Now, Steve, faking amnesia won't help anything. If you don't want to marry Stephanie, then don't. But don't play sick, for heaven's sake. I'd expect that from Karen, not an 18-year-old.
Yeah, who the fuck is Mr. Johnson?
Mr. Johnson has a liking for me. I'd call it a crush, but that's too innocent a word. He's a bitter man with too much time on his hands. He's never gotten over being rejected by the lodge, and there's something unwholesome in the way he looks at me. I'm always glad when the sheriff comes in every day at noon.
And the lodge
is
again.
the repository of all wisdom. You should join the Order of the Harvest Moon, Steve, and soon.
Why? For God's sake, what is it about this place?
The wheat ripens and waits not for the scythe. The farmer who waits too long, it were better that he used the scythe to rip his own stomach out than to stay his scythe when the wheat ripens. The harvest moon wanes and then comes winter. An empty belly, the body sun's belly, gurgling within or bloody on the ground. What does it benefit a man if he gains his soul and loses the world? You hunger. Feed yourself before it's too late. Oh,
Edna?
Steve. What happened? Were we talking about Boyle? Or was it Karen?
You seemed strange there for a minute.
I'm sorry. I'm under a lot of stress. Running this diner all alone. Forgive me.
Okay, we're gonna ask about her daughter and then back away slowly.
You've met Karen, my 8-year-old. Other than the diner, she's all I have.
Okay, we're leaving now.
Stop by anytime, Steve.
Yeah, no problem. That was fucking weird. Alright, so now, let's go to the TV station. Whoa! Examine the Indians. Too busy drinking and smoking, they ignore you. Wow. Wow. Just fucking wow. Silver Tucker with a yellow interior. Oh, this is where they filmed the cowboy show. The little bastard was watching. Ah, no one is operating the cameras.
Stay tuned, buckaroos. There's more to come on Range Riders Cowboy Roundup. So don't go away. And what's your name, hombre?
Steve?
Steve's a swell name. My dog's name is Steve. Would you like my autograph, Steve?
Yeah, sure.
Here you go, then.
Oh no. Oh, we're gonna have a nice little discussion, I think.
Violence? What about it?
Let's take the high moral road.
Violence is as American as apple pie and low SAT scores. Where would we be right now if the cowboys hadn't gone out west and butchered innocent people to steal their land? Answer me that, Mr. Know-It-All.
But what about studies that have shown that children become more violent when watching violence?
Buckaroo, I rip the guts out of godless heathen Injuns. Most kids don't see godless heathen Injuns on a regular basis, and if they do, they better either get their eyes checked or do like old Range Rider and shoot the bejesus out of them. Lest they want to go untreated for psychotic hallucinations, or wind up with their scalps hanging from a buckskin belt. Oh, shit! Ow! Shit on a stickaroo!
Wow.
The parents that are griping about violence on TV are the same parents that go outside in the morning to fetch their papers, secure in the knowledge that they won't get an arrow through the noodle because the violence they hate so much done cleared the Injuns out of the neighborhood.
Yeah, civilization has benefited from violence. But should violence be treated as entertainment?
Check my rating, son. Violence is entertainment. I just put it on the air. If some kid watches, that says something about the kid, not me. Now, excuse me, we're going back on the air.
Wow. That was very enlightening. Oh, can I go back here? Because that'd be fucking awesome if I could go back here. WHAR. Very poor reception. Strange since the broadcast originates from here. A picture of a gorgeous model sign with "Kiss My Pineapple Red Muffy." Okay. An assortment of empty cubicles. Either McKnight loves to recall his sailed days as an insurance salesman, or he can't keep his employees happy. See any items laying around here? Alright, let's talk to this jagoff.
Hey, sport. This is a private office.
Yeah, I know, Mr.
McKnight. I own and operate this station. Have you brought me some news for tonight's broadcast, or...
I've lost my memory. That's news.
The hell it is! You always were a kidder, Steve. Any real news to tell me?
Actually, I was just wanting to know more about the TV station.
Hey, WHAR is the only television station in Harvest. Since the old Sentinel went under, what with the newspaper building burning down and all, we're golden. Nobody competes with us, sport.
Uh-huh. What an odd coincidence.
Hey now, sport, that's an irresponsible allegation. I had nothing to do with that fire. Just because WHAR may have benefited from it and I danced on the ashes a little doesn't mean I torched the place. You can ask Sheriff Dwayne if you have any doubts.
You seem awfully touchy on the subject, sport.
I'm touchy when people try to muscle their way into my business. I'd appreciate it if you'd leave my office and don't come back.
Yeah, fuck you too. Oh. I just don't even know what to say anymore. That was awesome. Alright, so let's head over to the school and see what we got going on here. No, what? Oh, I wanted to click on the sign, not leave. Okay. There's that fucking symbol again. Alright. Who's this guy? Principal Harrell.
Steve, good of you to drop by, big guy. Haven't seen you since graduation. A lot of changes, I hear.
You could say that.
Good. That's a nice part of my job. Turning fine young men and women out into the world, and then watching them prosper. Of course, I was able to reach more people at the old Sentinel, God bless her. But then again, I never got to see the results of my work up close before.
Who are you?
You know very well I'm Mr. Harrell, principal of Gain Memorial. Steve, I've heard about this amnesia nonsense. I had hoped you'd be in the lodge by now, fine young fellow like yourself. But now, I think maybe you need a little more quality time.
Uh-huh. Well, let's talk about...
What do you mean, quality time?
Some, like Miss Whaley, favor stern discipline, corporal punishment, as a means of socialization. Myself, I temper discipline with love. Quality time can be such a warm, sharing experience. After just a few sessions, you'd stop this amnesia nonsense and become a productive member of society and a fit candidate for the lodge.
Uh-huh. Let's get his take on the lodge.
Big guy, barring some quality time, the greatest gift I can bestow upon you as your former principal is a word of advice. Join the Order of the Harvest Moon at any cost. Within the lodge lies your future, and without, dust.
How uplifting.
Why do you keep calling me big guy?
A sign of respect, lad. As principal, my station is higher than yours now, but you never know what the future holds, so you should always hedge your bets and pay tribute to your inferiors. You never know who will come to power, or who, even now, wields it behind the scenes. For all I know, you might already be a member of the Order, with access to the lodge. If that were the case, you'd be my superior, and I'd be all that much better off having shown you respect and spent some quality time with you.
I don't like the way he keeps talking about quality time. It's kind of creepy. Alright.
Drop in again soon. Adult education is a wonderful thing, as is adult quality time.
Yeah, that's not making me any less uncomfortable. Bulletin board riddled with staples. We can go in here. He's really thirsty, isn't he? There's Miss Whaley. Oh shit, the class is in session. Children look stunned and zombified. That's great. A projector carefully engineered to sound good when played underwater. What? I'd had enough and I left. Okay, well, here's Miss Whaley.
My goodness, class, this is Stephen. He used to be a student here at Gein Memorial. Say hello, class. They're reticent. The educator's greatest problem today is the apathy of the students.
What's wrong with their
heads? I can tell you in one word, Stephen. Discipline. Thank goodness you weren't a sulky bear. You were always a smiley bear.
Then you remember me?
Not as such. So many pupils, Stephen. They come and they go. But I can always spot those who were nice boys. You can tell from the forehead. The lobes, right, class? I'm glad you stopped by, Stephen. Would you care to say a few words to the class about civic responsibility?
Not really. I was just passing through.
Oh, but you must, Stephen. A positive role model might be just the thing to inspire these little monsters. Stephen, have you any questions for me? Or shall I continue with class?
Yeah.
Ask away then.
Let's talk about the lodge.
This lodge. What do you know about it?
The building itself, like Harvest, was constructed with a specific purpose in mind. That noble intent is known only to those within the Order. You're at about the right age to join them, Stephen, and you will do so if you care about your future.
Well, that didn't sound like a threat.
Can you tell me anything about Harvest?
Harvest was founded by the Order of the Harvest Moon about 100 years ago.
For what purpose?
Why, I'm sure you'd have to ask them. You'll find the members of the Order at the lodge.
And one more.
We don't practice corporal punishment here. I've never believed in that old adage, spare the rod and spoil the child. A rod is too thin, but a baseball bat bridges the generation gap quite nicely.
Wow.
Oh dear, Colonel Grimm is conducting another air raid drill. Everyone into the hallway, quick!
Let's duck and cover.
If an A-bomb hits, what good is it gonna do to duck and cover?
My
Yeah.
stars, that was exciting. Stop by anytime, Stephen.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, bye now. Just watching you bash some poor kid's head in with a baseball bat. Room closet, the door is locked. Examine the lockers. Lockers are riddled with inexplicable stains and dents. There. Alright, there's not really anything else to check out here. And this guy is just eternally thirsty. A distasteful amalgam of chewed gum, mangled love notes, broken ballpoints, oozing blue ink, and wadded Kleenex. Stick my hand right in there. Wait a minute. Fire alarm. Should I pull the fire alarm? Ah, I see. Have to come back when he's not here. Is he still there? Damn. Alright, we'll have to come back later, pull the fire alarm, see what happens. Okay. There's a sweet spot there. And let's check out the meat plant. What the hell? Something dying or dead over here. Oh. Okay. Oh, cats. What the fuck is with all the cats? Oh, he's cutting up cats. This used to be a kitty cat. They're all just cool with it, just hanging out.
Steve, how's your father? Is he better?
About the same, I guess.
He's been away from work for weeks, and when I call your house, your mother won't let me talk to him.
I haven't seen him either.
This is a fine kettle of fish, I must say. Though I am glad to see you taking an interest in the business in your dad's absence.
Who are you?
Aw, Steve, I didn't want to believe that amnesia hokum. Now you're saying you don't remember your pal Pat O'Reilly?
Yeah.
What's with all the cats? This a slaughterhouse or a kennel?
Oh, them? They eat the scraps, that's all.
Yeah, but look at them. Isn't there some kind of health department that keeps tabs on these things?
Are you going to work at the health department, Steve? Or here? Maybe I get sick of do-gooder busybodies sucking around here all the time. A man's up to his elbows in guts all day, every day.
Kitty, kitty. Let's talk about Dad.
What exactly is wrong with your dad?
I don't know. I can't get in to see him.
Right.
You may come to realize that this business is not for everybody. Just ask your poor, ill dad. It takes dedication and a strong stomach. A lot of times, when I'm finished scrubbing up and digging the bits of intestine out from my fingernails, I must confess I don't have much appetite for red meat. But red meat is one of the principal food groups, and you've got to have it. So when you can do this all day and help yourself to a juicy red steak afterwards, then by golly, you can call yourself a butcher. Of course, amnesia would certainly help that, wouldn't it?
Alright. Let's talk about the meat.
Come to think of it, I don't see any cattle around here. Where do you keep the animals?
Does it matter? The end product is all the customer cares about, Steve. And we only carry the finest meat. Only the juiciest cuts. Once you take over the... You'll realize the importance of maintaining quality while cutting...
They're really proud of that
You
one.
know what we're doing here?
Keep showing it to me.
If we didn't, would the lodge use us to cater their affairs?
Let's take some meat home.
Your father's very particular about the profit, Steve. No freebies for anyone. But seeing how you're his son, if you'll bring written permission from your father, I'll give you the meat.
Okay, so we gotta get written permission from my dad.
Don't be such a stranger, Steve. And my best to your dad.
And we can come back and get some kitty meat, because let's be honest here. That ain't cow. Okay, oh, I think we worked our way over to the missile base. Alright, let's check it out. Okay. And I was afraid that I might be, you guys might be getting bored of the exploration. I mean, all of the conversations and stuff are fun, so we're going to have a little fun before I end this episode here. So, oh, look at that. Alright. Base is well stocked with missiles. These aircraft appear to be well maintained. And you guys are going to love him.
Halt! Who goes there?
They tell me my name is Steve.
All right. This is Section 21. Keep your distance, son. I wouldn't want to have to blow your head off.
That makes two of us.
So you're the amnesiac, huh? Just another draft-dodging ploy the way I see it. But at least you're not an alien. You see their ships every now and then. Sometimes Swell bags one in the woods.
Who are you?
Colonel Buster Monroe, commander of the Harvest Nuclear Missile Installation, keeping America safe from those who would dye our flag red, white, and pink.
These are nuclear missiles?
Goddamn right they are. Every one of them ready to rain death on the Ruskies. All I gotta do is hit the button and blammo! The price of vodka goes through the roof. Along with the vodka.
Well, I suppose you have, you know, safeguards against accidents?
Safeguards? Don't be such a weak sister. There are no safeguards. This is the 50s.
Then you have sole control of the, missiles.
That's right. Been in charge here since WW2, when I got my lower torso shot off in the war. Those pennywaists in Washington wanted to stick me behind a desk. To hell with that. They owed me. I left my legs in Dusseldorf. They owed me. Of course, they felt that after the trauma of having to crawl from Germany to England trailing my intestines behind me, I was too emotionally unstable to continue in the military. That's why they gave me this nice cushy job and put me in charge of the nuclear missiles.
Yeah, that was obviously the right choice. Okay, let's ask him about his lower torso.
You say before you came to Harvest, your lower torso was shot off in the war?
That's right. I was behind enemy lines. The night was dark. The rain wet. The plastique I was supposed to rig the bridge with, precariously sandwiched between my knees as I crawled in the muddy mud. I didn't see the Jerry taking aim at me with his machine gun until half of me was flying through the air. With a quick spray of bullets in a straight line, he'd shot my body clean in two. My lower body landed at that Jerry's feet. I can still hear him laughing as I started crawling in the general direction of England, calling behind me in broken English, "Mein Freund, where is your legs? Looky, what have we here? Some legs? Hey, did anyone lose some legs?" I'll never forget looking back over my shoulder and seeing that crowd doing the can-can with my legs. Still a few weeks later, with only my compass and a pair of nylons, I made it back to safety. Now the Krauts are our friends and the commie bastards are our enemies. But even so, there's at least one crowd out there that I'll never invite over to Sunday dinner.
Well, I hope you guys are enjoying the colorful backstory.
Duck and cover.
Once again, let me sit. I'm at the 30-minute mark. That's where I'm trying to keep them. But I promised you guys a break from the tedium.
It's just me, Steve.
What do you want? Did the llamas send you?
So we're going to leave off with something fun.
I knew it. They won't leave me alone. Them and the kookaburras. 9! 9!
And there you go, guys. Just for you, I allowed my skull to be hollowed out by an M16 and started a nuclear missile strike. Alright. We'll pick it up from there. I'll keep talking to him, see what's left to say, and then we've just got 2 more residences to check, plus the lodge, and then we're going to try and figure out what exactly we're supposed to be doing. But alright, until then, I will see you guys next time.